You guys know I can't get enough of this game. I'm also here. Yeah, it's the same day and whatnot, but I've been feeling sick this whole day, which is why I've been here. And I got some soup, and so I'm eating the soup. So please forgive me, but it's so not me good. To our boy Bermp, kinda worn out. I've been playing such a stubborn and obstinate character, who's just like determined and does what he wants and what he believes is best. And about worn the poor kid out, so even if it's a little against his character in order to keep him alive, um, I mean, like, he's gonna have to give up at some point and regain some of that willpower. Oh, I just totally skipped a page without reading it. Father ordered dinner table be brought to our yard. First time in months he's home and outside the confines of his always locked study. We built a good relationship with him, but we still don't see him very much. Spend the entire day playing with Nathan and you, discussing various matters with Stefan, who's now an adolescent. Lord help us! And walking in the garden. Now a dinner under the open sky. That's so great because the family needs this. Their entire family gathers together with Father at the head of the table, smiling. He asks each of you about your studies. Hello, Atomic. That's my food. That's my food. That's my food. Hey, leave it. That's mine. I know. Hi. Hi, sweet boy. Atomic, my dog, is, Stop it. That's my soup. It's my soup. Leave my soup alone. I fight you for my soup. I fight you. He's good. He's good. He's a good boy. Nathan climbs up on his knee and recites a counting rhyme in a funny singing voice. Oh, that's sweet. Stefan mentions that his fencing teacher praised his accomplishments. He rises from the table, together with Father to show his skill in a practice duel. Very cool. Okay, next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on her chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Okay, good. But there's only so much that they're able to do because we're commoners. Mother showers your sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding a smile on his mustache. How big is this dude's mustache? When your turn comes, you recite all the ranks in the Legion, from the common soldier to the high commander. Stefan listens to you with a skeptical look on his face. Night slowly falls, but servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dusk night. It feels good, yet so important. All of you and your family are together, sitting at the same table. No fighting, just smiles. No arguing, just pleasant small talk. It's probably been a while since they had that. Then a servant approaches Father with a letter in his hand. He reads it in the dim light, and each line gradually washes the smile off of his face until only a stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at Father with an unspoken question in her eyes. Gregor Brante is coming to Anazote. He is the head of our family. My father. Crap nuggets. I don't know this guy. As far as I know, we've not met him yet. As far as I know, like, he's just a random name that I've never encountered. So this is a momentous occasion and a big defining moment. Something. Oh, good lord. The intrusion. Ever since news of grandfather's impending arrival, there has not been a single day when the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously make sure that everything is in order. They tell you to wash your face and your hands, and scold you for leaving books on the floor. Tell Gloria she will be flogged if she is ever seen hiding in the attic. It makes Stefan stay in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. But he's a freaking baby. I mean, he's what, 1 year old now? Everybody's on edge. Okay, so this is not a good meeting. One day, grandfather arrives. It's a grim day, so hot that your neck is sticky with sweat. Father, Mother, Stefan, Gloria, you, and Nathan, the entire Brante family, stands on the porch in front of the house. The house servants lined up behind you. Carriage arrives, and out steps a tall, gaunt old man with a heavy walking stick and a heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively. This is probably all stuff that's, like, pre-written. Robert says, "Good health to you, father. Children, greet your grandfather as you have been taught." Ooh, oh boy. I don't like him already. Still trying to look like a real nobleman, aren't you? You can't fool me, Robert. I was the first of the Brante family to be ennobled by mantle. I'm the only one who remembers how to bear his burden properly. Excuse your butt. I live honorably by my lords. Your marriage to that low-born wench cut us off from ever becoming nobles of the sword. My protege could have been born bearing noble blood. Father, I beg you, this is not the place. Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him. Man, what a jackwagon. Just what a total jackwagon. I have been away for far too long. The entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in such a pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy. All thanks to your commoner of a wife. I warned you, didn't I? And yet you still did as you saw fit. And the children. What do they know of tradition and honor? They're being raised in a virtuous family, father. And now you're speaking like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins willing, now that I am here, this will not happen again. I am taking your oldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stefan with a proper education, so I will correct your mistake. Oh man, he's gonna be a total a-hole now. Your brother's fate has been decided just like that. Father does not object. He orders the servants to prepare Stefan for his journey. Stefan freezes in place, glancing at grandfather and father again and again. The latter puts his hand on his shoulder. Grandfather's lips are in a tight line, white with contempt. Yeah, no kidding, dude. Stubborn, obstinate me would be more willing to stand up, except I've exhausted the poor kid already. And he's what, 5, 6 years old? How old am I now? I'm 6 years old and I've already worn the kid out. The house is examined, room after room. Everything grandfather sent showered with scorn. Scoffs at a crease on a blanket in Nathan's crib in mother's bedroom. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. Why don't you back off my sister, dipstick? The door to your room is next. What is this, Robert? 10 soldiers in your youngest son's room? He was born a commoner. I won't have him daydreaming of battle. Grandfather seizes the box containing the 10 warriors of the Holy Order. Anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present from your first day of studies. It has meant so much to you, but what if he's right? What if you need to prove you're right to command the toy soldiers first? Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box into the roaring fireplace. If you wait too long, they will melt into flames. Honestly, what I think he's going to do, this guy's had no relationship, and all of a sudden he's coming in and he's tearing down everything that he knows. I'm thinking, does he strike him or does he burst into tears? I feel like he's going to burst into tears because I don't think he's angry enough to strike. He's got... Yeah. Okay. Watch your beloved present, your token's father and care, burn before your eyes. A tin melts. The unpleasant smell of burning paint fills the air. For a moment you cannot breathe and you see no reason to maintain your composure. The tears start flowing, burning your cheeks and staining your shirt. You hide your face in your hands and you hear grandfather's voice, dripping with disdain. Yeah, distaste. So the boy is a weakling just like his mother. Screw you! And that further took away my willpower? How? I've exhausted him. Grandfather leaves, your eldest brother Stefan goes with him. From that day on, father's hired teachers tend to you alone. They bore you with monotonous lectures on writing, counting, and the way of life, and the blessed are Archnean Empire. You often distract yourself from your instruction by playing with your younger brother Nathan. Your home grows quiet without your older brother. Too quiet. Weeks later, your family receives a letter from Stefan. Grandfather has sent him to a boarding school for nobles and is now preparing for his service as a nobleman. Alright, the rules here are way too strict. Sorry.
The rules here are way too strict. You can't even sneeze without the teacher's permission. But I've been studying with my peers. We're learning how to live as noble in a noble society. We're also learning the art of swordplay. That's my favorite part. Cause I told you, I'm gonna kill me a Bermp.
With Stefan now at the boarding school, Grandfather arrives once more, this time to live in your... Oh, screw that old hag. The only good thing is that he often has urgent business on Eterna, the capital of the Empire, and has to travel there. One day, you ask Mother where he lived before. In Eterna, she says, but now his place is here. Each time Grandfather returns, he gives the servants new orders. Your home is now always busy with repairs, servants decorating Grandfather's chambers and sitting in the room. Sometimes Father tries to gently talk him out of this. Why subject his house to constant reconstruction? Grandfather's always is the same.
The home is mine, and well, I will live here, and benefits a men of the nobility.
Alright, so I'm not sure if this episode is short. This is going to be... I'm going to take a break here for a minute, and you'll see me cut away, and then I'll probably join back with you guys later, because, like I said, I am entrenched in this game. It is a good, fun, solid piece of work. So, see you guys in a little bit. Why am I saying bye? I just stop recording, and then I just come back later. Yeah. I didn't go nowhere. You went somewhere. Where did I go? I didn't go anywhere. I was here the whole time. Anyways. Some days Grandfather stays home, and on those days you try your best to stay out of his sight. But there's no way you can avoid family breakfast. The food is there, but you can't bring yourself to eat it. Mother's eyes are red and swollen. She's been crying all night again. Grandfather sits at the head of the table where nobody used to sit before. I wonder if that's symbolic for something. Oh gosh. What voice did I do for you? Oh yeah, I think so.
Robert, it's time for your youngest son to underwent some sacraments.
I don't remember. We'll just roll with it. Alright, Lydia. Sir Brante, please, let them live free of the lot for a while longer. They are but...
Shut your mouth! Robert, that wife of yours implementing enough to interrupt me. This ever happens again, she'll be eating her gruel and her servants in the kitchen where she belongs. Time we consider a real marriage, Robert. One to a woman of the proper station.
The world is so cruel. Something tells me that I don't know if the gods of this world actually believe this or whatnot, or if this you wonder if what's been passed down is accurate or whatnot. And I appreciate people asking that about Christianity. As a student of church history, I can confirm yes, at least in the fair amount of Protestant churches, yes, it's pretty accurately passed down. But terms like this in this fictional world, yeah, I do wonder if they actually have the truth or not. Gloria drops her fork. Grandfather shoots her a scathing look. A tear rolls down Mother's cheek. Father does not look away from the plate, his hands clenched into fists. Why don't you just sock the guy already? I mean, you guys are of the same social rank.
Baroness Eloda is one such woman. She is a comely widow and a fine match. She is suiting for inheritance right now and could use proper support and a husband. You can keep your low-born Lydia around if you'd like. Servant mistress, I don't care.
I will not do that, Father.
I am the head of this family, and this family's standing took a severe blow after you married that commoner. It is unthinkable! How could you give up the memory of this beautiful, Amalia Elborn for this lowly woman and that...
Like I said, I'll censor myself, but not the game. Child of hers. That's also the first word that we've heard.
Now you have a chance to set things right. Don't disappoint me.
Father nods curtly, trying not to look in Mother's direction. Just throw a plate at him.
Father, I wish to see Stefan. If you find your conduct in the Baroness's presence satisfactory enough, then you may see him. She is coming for a visit tomorrow, so be prepared.
Grandfather wipes his mouth with his napkin, throws it onto his plate, and leaves. Mother's lips move silently. Nobody says a word. Then Father stands up and orders you and the other children back to your rooms. He needs to speak to Mother in private. Father comes to your room before bed. He sits on the edge of the bed and adjusts a crease on the woolen blanket. He distracted himself he distanced himself from you after Stefan's departure, so you're not used to so much attention from him. In the candlelight, you can see his face in the dark. There's a sour expression on it.
My son, Baroness Emma Lodar, will be visiting us tomorrow. Please be polite and treat her with respect. Nathan will do as you do. I want dinner to be as immaculate as possible. Don't let me down.
On the next day, Mother starts dressing you and Nathan for the coming dinner. You see red all around her eyes. She's been crying and for a long time. Hurts just to look at her. Nathan starts whining quietly. I think I see where this is going. I think that she knows that she's going to be sent away. You and Nathan are dressed in new doublets. Your tousled hair brushed into shape. Gloria is told to stay in her room. Father appears to be wearing his best suit. Mother is in a humble brown dress, looking pale. Grandfather has an uncharacteristically contented look about him. Anderson. You hear the sound of wheels and hooves against the cobblestone, or the cobbles in the yard. Then a pair of dainty heels comes clacking. The antechamber is completely quiet and still fearing Grandfather's observant eye. The door opens. You see your guest, a beautiful dark-haired woman in a dress of elegant deep blue. Well, apparently, she ain't hiding nothing. Father takes the hand of Lady Elodar and kisses it, showering her in compliments. Grandfather's face is beaming in her presence. No one even bothers to introduce Mother.
Baroness, allow me to introduce you, Robert's sons, Bermp and Nathan Brante. Frankly, as well as Stefan, who deserves the most attention, but currently he is studying in Eterna with other young noblemen like himself. I hope that his younger son will also make me proud one day.
Grandfather's eyes you with a probing look. How will you act in front of the Baroness? Will you accept her next? Will you accept her next to your mother? As her... Oh... Next to your mother, your father's rightful wife. Oh, man. No, he doesn't accept that. Yeah, he's a stubborn little guy. You follow your father's example and kiss the Baroness's fingers gently. Her laughter fills the antechamber, ringing like chimes. Behind your back, you can hear Mother sobbing. Grandfather nods to you in approval. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Mother quietly walking upstairs. No, this is wrong. This cannot be. You walk up to Father, look him in the eyes, and ask in a voice loud enough to be heard by everyone why he didn't introduce Mother to the guests. She is his legal wife and your mother, is she not? There is silence. Mother stops on the stairs and turns her head in surprise. Father's confused. Nathan starts whining again. Grandfather grinds his teeth, Well, I guess he's got nothing better to do, and his hands tightly gripping the heavy walking stick. You keep Father transfixed by your gaze. After a few moments that feel like an eternity, he winks at you, almost imperceptibly, then adjusts his doublet and turns to your noble guest. Baroness, allow me to introduce to you Lydia Brante, my wife and mother to my younger children. Lydia, would you be so kind as to join us for dinner?
What are you saying, Lilith? I'm going to choke on my teeth in disgust!
Good. It's about time. Father, it would be a disgrace to hold a family dinner without the lady of the house. Father marches up the stairs and offers his hand to Mother. She accepts it and walks down with a shy smile on her face. For the first time in those many days, the Baroness presses her lips in content at the sight. After a long moment, Grandfather finally breaks the uneasy silence and leads everyone into the dining room. Daggum, I thought you guys were supposed to be elegant people. That was noisy. Mother sits at the furthest corner of the table, claiming that she needs to watch over Nathan. There was barely any small talk over dinner, apart from the Baroness and Grandfather discussing her widowhood and inheritance litigation. Father and Mother do not say a word throughout the meal, yet they no longer look as tense as the day before. There is not even a mention of any potential marriage. There you go. As soon as the door closes behind the Baroness, you flee to your bedroom and lock the door. Grandfather's heavy footsteps can already be heard in the hallway. He is a force of anger, eager to get his hands on you.
You are need to interfere in the adults' affairs. You really get off on the base. Open the door is interference the punishment you deserve.
And then he strokes out and rolls down the steps. Please? Does he? No. Oh, maybe. Then suddenly his voice dies down. You hear Father speaking quietly. We both realize there can be no other marriage, Father. I already have a wife, and there is nothing to be done about it. I'm sorry, Father, but you will have to accept it. And please leave my son alone. He only helped me face the truth and nothing else. Okay, can this at least help me to recover some of that willpower? Because, my boy needs to pick me up. Grandfather huffs and puffs, at a loss for words. You hear the head of the Brante family and his adult son retreat from the door of your room. It seems there will be no punishment for you today after all. Grandfather leaves for Eterna, alone. About a fortnight later, Father receives a letter from Stefan. It seems Grandfather told him about the incident of the Baroness, and so the letter is full of ire. He writes to you that you have reminded high society about Father's marriage to a low-born woman, and now the family's reputation is at stake. I don't care. You can hate me for all you want. Father winces as he reads Stefan's letter deep in thought. The mother's smiling again. Because of Father's actions, her joy, a quiet, happy glow. Okay, so we're down to tarnished honor, but at the same time we were already there. But it looks like we brought some unity back to the family. So we'll take that. How's my boy doing? Alright, let me see how we are on the time. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop this episode here, and we will come back here in just a little bit. So, thanks, guys. Bye.